Peace to all my live subscribers. Peace to all the new subscribers. If you landed over here, just know you did not end up in the wrong place. The algorithm don't make no mistakes. If you are a new subscriber, go ahead and like and subscribe. We are a family over here, the No Front Nation, and we're just trying to enlighten as many people as we can while we are in a certain position to be able to enlighten. So you never want to have to look back at certain things and have any regrets. So it's always best to do the most of what you got or what you have. So today been real crazy in Houston. I'm not gonna lie to you. I woke up, it seemed like it was a thunderstorm. Then it always turned out to be a good day at the end of the day. And that's the one of the things, the trivia is about life. And I'm gonna just let y'all know I have been drinking a little bit of that. Some Amsterdam. I was sipping on some Amsterdam earlier. Just had a little chill session with some of the acquaintances, some of the friends. So basically, I have been receiving a lot of good messages today. To be specific, I woke up, tried to, have the high vibration I can have today with no matter what's going on in my daily life. I always try to keep and maintain a high vibration. And I just I feel like that's why, the universe, God, whoever you want to, look towards, I feel like they put me in a certain position to be able to relate to the people, but still have a certain position to where I realize what it's like to be above, but still have that humbleness and that just the realness to still be able to come back and then get a message to the people. Because a lot of people, I feel like in my position, they wouldn't, give back to the people and be able to, be willing to help people out, even though, they're at a certain spot, because people feel like, people can come take their spot and people can, come try to take something that you done built. And it's all about passing on the baton. It's all about where we going as a culture in a whole, not so much individual people or individual type of experiences, when it's more than enough people on the planet to where if you actually got a goal, you can have a certain type of fan base and still everyone can thrive at the same time, because your fan base is not going to be the same as somebody else's fan base, because they going to like certain people because of what they do, and then they going to each person can have a certain demographic that might not have, you and your friend could be jealous over a certain growth that you've made, but you and him probably have a two different demographic of people who y'all would attract, even if y'all were doing the same thing. So it really don't be no need in hating. Y'all could both do the same thing and still have a different demographic. You and your homegirl can't be selling hair, but you might sell to all the athletic chicks, and she might sell to all the scholars, the girls that's smart. And it's just both sides getting money. The only time it would be a problem was if one person try to get in somebody else's lane and try to step on somebody else's toes, because at the end of the day, you have to just respect somebody's boundaries and respect somebody's, perception of what they really feel like is helping bring them something in, because that she can sell to them the best because she's always around them, and likewise to yourself. But it would be a different type of thing if somebody try to step in a demographic that they're not even built for, and it's just where it comes down to where the rubber meets the road. And it's just we can all do this if we just if each person really figure out what they really want to do, because some people might stop. She might be she feel like she getting more money than her, but y'all both getting money. Why does it matter who getting the most? And maybe her priorities, she might have 2 kids and so yada yada yada, and you might just be somebody, getting out of school, no kids, fresh things, and just they actually need more in a certain aspect than you. Not saying that there are things that are more important than yours, but You know, the needs are the needs at the end of the day. Hold on. Had to cut on the okay. You know, you don't want your battery to die just trying to sit. And, you know, because you can just sit and then run out your battery. If you're not actually using it and, you know, having it on go, but then not having it all the way started up. That's like having the idea, but then not implementing it. Like, once you have these ideas, it's best to try to go and grasp what you can as quick as possible, because it's always somebody out there, just like people hunt in real life for, you know, greatness for what they can see. It's people also out there scavenging for ideas. And these people who are out here scavenging for these ideas, they might come across something great. And if you're not really implementing them, what my boy said up Friday, and you're not applying yourself, you know. I feel like you ain't applying yourself. And that's the thing about having something. Once you have it, you still have to apply it. Because God can give you the greatness of having a wonderful voice, but if you don't let people hear that voice, and if you don't let people see the light that the Most High has granted you, then, you know, somebody else with a faker energy can come take the spotlight, because you're not really you're not applying yourself. You're not putting yourself out there as much as you can, and, you know, doing with most of what you have, because we all feel like somebody else has more than us, but you definitely might have something more than them in the same aspect. Like, no one person is greater than the next. We all just have different skill sets, and some people's skill sets are just more needed in a certain environment that we have than other skill sets. Like, you could be somebody who specializes in indigenous plants. But it's just like, when you up in this environment, like, when do they need somebody with an indigenous plant? You have to actually wait on certain specific situations versus somebody who, put it in simple perspective, just like a mechanic or something. Like, their skills is way more needed in this environment than somebody who knows all the indigenous plants. Yeah, that might be cool to know all the plants, but then, like, nobody has them. You're in an environment where there are no indigenous plants, so why even, you know? So that's just where it comes to just knowing your environment and reading your environment as best you can, because even when you're put in certain places, you're put in that place for a reason. Because, like, I feel like even when I was in certain rooms, I was meant to be there just to be a certain type of lightness in the room, because I could be, you know, no boasting none, but I just know my energy, and I know what I bring to the room. I know what I bring to the table type stuff. But when my energy is presented into a room, it's like you can change up the whole room's mood. Like, you step in the room and just like the whole mood, or somebody could have been arguing or doing whatever. Just like when your energy steps into a room, it brings a calmness to, you know, the people who are in the room. You're like the elephant in the room, but instead of it being an obnoxious thing, it's something that's actually enlightening the people around you and enlightening just the environment. Like, just bringing a more fresh energy to the people who are around. And that's just the great thing about, that's a great thing and like a big responsibility, because, like, you can also come into the room and have the opposite effect if you're not using it in the correct manner, because everybody else could be up in the room having a good time, and then you step into the room bringing a certain type of energy in there. It might lower the energy in the room. So it's all about having that power, but still being able to control it, and still being able to use it in the most beneficial way to the masses. Because I feel like everybody want to be that person, but then just like how they say everybody want to be black until the time to be black, and everybody want to be, you know, put out a certain perception until it's a negative side to it. Then I know some people don't want it, but it's just gotta take responsibility for know what you in it for, know why you doing it, because if you're doing it for the right reasons, any kind of roadblocks or anything are gonna seem real small, because it's like your purpose that you're doing it for is way bigger. Like, you could be doing something negative, but if your purpose is with the good intentions, then even when the negative or the not so good comes to you, you're gonna be able to hold your head up and be able to accept whatever endeavors come with that, because you know what you're doing it for. And no matter what the world say, no matter what the rules are, you can still have your perspective and you can stand on it. Like, your perspective that you have, you can say that that's the right perspective that everybody can have, that you expect, that you could want everybody to have, because that's your personal opinion. You're not wrong for having an opinion that's outside the standards of people's lives. Like, you're just as much right as they right. Just because more people say that they're right, it might be the standards of life, but that don't mean that the way that you want to put yourself out there is the wrong type of way. Because usually when everybody headed one type of way, it's the wrong way anyways. Like, I'm trying to go the way that's nobody really going, so I can have a different perspective to give to the creator when he calls, my name and my number. I'm gonna have something pure to tell him, pure to give to the universe, because I took a road that's not as much traveled versus the road that's much more traveled. Like, the universe gonna be like, okay, I already really know your perspective, because everybody take that perspective that you got. Let me go get this perspective that's more, in the course of what I need, something new, something fresh. So that's why you shouldn't try to follow the people who are making a certain type of incline, because God might have put them in a certain, or the universe might have put them in a certain position just to show you that you can do something else that's outside of the standards. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I first did this, I didn't know how people was gonna take it. I didn't know how people was gonna react to me being more of myself, being more of who I really am. Yeah, I love music and I love artistic things, but I also just like, at the end of the day, I'm just a down-to-earth type of person, so I can just actually sit down and have a conversation. I'm not the type of person who always got to be out doing the most extravagant things all the time. Like, I'm the type of person who can just sit down and chill. Even with my relationships, like, I just like a chill relationship. Yeah, I like to do some stuff sometimes, but like most of the time, I just like to be, in enjoyment of the company of somebody who I really, mess with like that. You feel me? And I think actually, coming up in the, real close, in a real upcoming episode of, the No Front Vote, I am gonna put like the type of people who I feel like I'm looking for, and like other people of my caliber are looking for, because I just feel like the whole gifs of relationships and everything, it just really been not on the decline, but it's been headed into the wrong trajectory. And I just feel like it needs to be tampered with a little bit. It needs to be shaken up a little bit, because we do have people who are putting out that certain perspective right now, but we need more examples of the good instead of always having the examples of the bad. Like, and I just want to put more examples of the good out there, and for the people who are, setting a bad example for the rest of us, we need to call them out on what it is. Like, nothing gonna get changed until we start calling stuff out and, saying that we want change and we want certain stuff to be in a certain order. Like, nobody can read our minds and nothing like that. We gotta actually let the universe know what type of things that we want. Because people, even these days, like, people not on the right type of frequency and stuff like that, they automatically get cut, like, real easy. Even if it's somebody who I've been knowing for a while, it's just like my whole mindset and my whole goal set on just who I want around me and stuff, and what type of energies I want around my energy field has really changed. And nobody really understand your change that you're really making within yourself until, they go through that change themselves, and they might be able to understand. But like, you might be the first one to wake up, and the people around you, and they gonna all call you crazy, say you switching up, you changing. But change is good. Change for the better. Change, based on, what the universe is asking you to bring in, because some people hear them callings, but they don't change their ways. Somebody be drinking all type of heavy liquor and start knowing they not supposed to be drinking all that liquor. And then, you keep getting the signs, and then one day something happened, and then it's just like you received all them signs that you was, heading to. That's why I cut down on the alcohol, because you start seeing the signs of where you can go. And like I always said, you creating your future reality. So if you keep on drinking and trying to drive, then you already know you're gonna end up in a reality. It's only a matter of time before you in a certain reality mix up, because you're pulling that frequency in so heavily. Like, you just gonna be pulling it in. It's not gonna be that you want it to happen, but you don't have to really necessarily want it to happen. But if you making those steps towards the action, then it's by default that those things happen. Smoking cigarettes, you know what's gonna happen. You drinking a lot of alcohol, you know what's gonna happen. It's just like, you don't have to want the end result to come, but based on those choices, that's the default end result. Like, it's just how it goes. But I don't want to take up too much time today, family. I probably will be throwing some of my music in at the end, because like I told y'all, I have been wanting y'all to, hear some of my upcoming music that I do have coming. So, with that being said, family, I'm going to throw in, on top of this, just Tuesday motivation, Tuesday turn up, however y'all feel about this Tuesday. We just going to appreciate it for what it was. It was still a great day at the end of the day. No matter what, you can always turn certain situations, even if it's a so-called negative situation, you can turn it into a positive. It's all about how you look at it, and it's all about how you actually outcomeize the situation, because every situation is only making you better. So look to it to see what's the lesson in it. What can you get out of the lesson, and what can you still, because with every problem, it's always a solution. You have to actually sit down and figure out why you're right there and why you're experiencing that, and then figure out how you can use it in your everyday life, or even use it. Some things may be useful in the future. You can kind of, throw it out there as like a little side story just to enter into. It might be something dramatic, and you'll have an actual experience to go along with it that you can teach somebody else, so that they might, avoid certain endeavors. But yeah, with that being said, family, I hope y'all really do enjoy the song. I got the cover art coming for it. I'm gonna put in a little, probably 30-second snippet. And yeah, with that being said, peace to the family, peace to all my loyal subscribers, peace to all the new subscribers. I hope y'all enjoy the song. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Until next time, peace.
On Mars in this rover, no gravity, I'm floating on this soda. Killing back to back, vigilante. So fly, always ask where I'm landing. From the ghetto to the Grammys. Got a new lick, gotta hit a few. I can walk on water just like Jesus do. 15 men because she's beautiful, truly replaceable. I done seen another you. I'ma sit back and let this feeling last. First in line, you need a season pass. DJ play my song, they wanna hear some swag. Plug put a brick in the Gucci bag. Had less, really got it on my own.